Hey, what's up everybody? It's William back for another NASCAR Diecast review, another Wave 7 NASCAR Authentics today. And this one is Jimmie Johnson's 2017 Darlington throwback paint scheme. A pretty cool scheme on this car, I have to say. I wasn't too sure when I first saw the renders of the car when it was released. I wasn't too sure on how I felt about it, but as I looked at it more, and when race weekend came along and I got to see the actual car on track, it grew on me a lot. And so I have to say I am a fan of it now. I figured I would be at some point since he is my favorite driver. Probably a little biased, but still a great paint scheme here. I think it's actually, again, this is probably a biased opinion, but I think it was one of the best Darlington throwbacks all weekend. I wouldn't say maybe the best, because there were some really good ones and some really sharp looking ones, but I think this definitely has to be in the talk for one of the best, just because it's got such a classy look, such a sharp look, so cool. So we've got the car, and of course the plastic hood here again, as we had in the Dale Earnhardt Jr. Degree car. So let's get this car opened up and see how cool it really is. Okay guys, here we have the car out of the packaging, out of the box. And before I say anything about the car, let's roll it out of the way as usual, really quick, and get the hood in here. Really kind of simple hood. All it really is if you look at the actual car, I'll bring in the car here if I can stop tilting my camera. And if I bring in the car and you look at the actual hood of the car, again, kind of similar to the Degree car on Dale Earnhardt Jr., the plastic hood really is just what the hood on the actual car looked like, with Jimmie Johnson's signature here and the 48 there above the Lowe's. If you took those two elements away and took away his signature in the 48, this plastic hood would really be kind of an not exact model. There are a little bit of differences with the gold lines and the blue stripe here, but it would pretty much be an exact kind of, not replica, I don't know the word I'm looking for, but kind of just be a copy-paste thing from this hood to this hood. So, pretty cool what they did there. I do like the fact that they put the signature in the 48. I think it gives it a little extra if you're just displaying it by itself. So, I have to say, this is probably one of my more favorite hoods that Lionel and NASCAR Authentics has done here. So, a cool looking hood, again, with the Dale Earnhardt Jr. They've got the NASCAR Authentics there on the back. So, cool plastic hood, like the trinket. So, let's get that out of the way and review the diecast. And so remember how I said when this car was first released, I wasn't too sure, and then as race weekend came along, I fell more in love with the car? Well, now actually having the diecast, I can tell you that I am 110% even more in love with the car. So, that whole, iffy thing, I wasn't sure about it, I am definitely in love with it now. And really quick, if you don't know, this throwback is a throwback to the old Lowe's delivery trucks from the 1980s era, mid-1980s, I think, to late 1980s, or somewhere around in the 80s. But it's a throwback to the design that was on the Lowe's delivery trucks in those days. So a cool little thing that they did there. I wouldn't have really even ever probably thought of doing that. But with the way it looks on the race car, I think it was a really good decision on their part. You got all the gold and blue and white. I think it's a really good color combo, as well as the white rims. I really like what they did there. I thought they would have maybe just left them black, but they really did, I think, a good job making the rims white here. Just a really good combination of colors, with the white, the blue, and the gold. I think it just looks really good. And they even did this classy kind of throwback looking 48 there. So I think overall a great design on this car. So let's get into the review here. And we have the Chevrolet SS front bumper here. If I can get my camera focused in. Doesn't want to. Hey, camera. Hey, here you go. We're getting close. Nope. Oh my gosh, this is a disaster. Okay, whatever. We're going to do it out here then. There we go. Okay, so we've got 48 there. We've got Chevrolet says on the front bumper. Hendrick Motorsports and the little Ricky Hendrick tribute logo there below the Hendrick Motorsports. I'll point because you probably can't see it right there. We've got Lowe's here on the hood. Still no name banner, or of course the name banner won't be up here because it's Monster Energy's on the name banner now, and they can't put Monster Energy logos on things that are being sold technically for kids. So, yeah, that won't be back there, but we still don't have the name rail on the back windshield either, so I don't know what the holdup is with that. Hopefully they'll get that fixed soon, the next wave or so on, I don't know. Coming down the left side here of the car, we have, I kind of like what they did here with the Goodyear. Instead of, here, I'll bring the Dale Earnhardt Jr. car in to kind of compare, tell you what I'm talking about. With the Dale Earnhardt Jr., they did the Goodyear curved over the wheel well like they usually do nowadays. But back in the day, they just did a straight Goodyear logo, and that's what they did here on this paint scheme, which I didn't really realize before. And that's kind of cool what they did, making it straight over the wheel well. So I have to give props to them for that. Good job, because I like that. We've got the front bumper contingencies down here. We've got, what else? And actually, they're throwback contingency sponsors as well. You can see the logos are in a kind of a throwback style. So that's pretty cool. Same thing with these contingencies right here. Not very many of them, but the ones that they do have there are throwback. So that's pretty nice, I have to say. Again, that throwback looking 48 there on the side. Lowe's. Interesting, nothing on the quarter panel, not even cobalt or anything like that, so that's interesting. American Ethanol ring, Valvoline. We have 3 winter stickers up there on the top of the C-pillar right there. We have Jimmie Johnson, Twitter and Facebook. Let me zoom in here a little bit there. That might give us, there we go, that's a better view. Jimmie Johnson, Twitter and Facebook. On the B-pillar, we have Hendrick Motorsports, Axalta, Bosch, Freightliner, and Siemens. And as I said here, now you can get a better look at those throwback contingencies, even the old NASCAR International logo right there. So that's pretty cool. So come around here to the back bumper. We've got Lowe's. I cannot tell you what this says down here. If I had to guess, it says building materials, something, hardware, electrical, plumbing, something, appliances. I can't really read what it says right there underneath the Lowe's, but I'm sure if you had a 1/24 scale, you could read it perfectly, but can't really read it on this. You've got Valvoline, 48, Chevrolet SS back bumper decal, as well as the taillights. Also, something interesting to note, they finally fixed the spoiler on the on these diecasts, and really quick, I can kind of give you a comparison, because before, I'll actually bring in my 2017 Jimmie Johnson just Lowe's regular paint scheme, as you can see here. So you can see, yep, regular Jimmie Johnson paint scheme for 2017. If I put the spoilers together, technically, both these spoilers should be the same height because both of the cars are from the same year. But as you can see on this 2017 Lowe's car, the spoiler is just slightly bigger, very slight. Yeah, this gives you a better look at it. So you can see this one's just slightly bigger, whereas this one is a little bit smaller, and this is the more accurate representation of the car. That other car should have this spoiler on it, but unfortunately it does not. So I do like the fact that they finally fixed the spoiler, so that's a nice addition there. We have Lowe's on the deck lid, and then this side is pretty much the same as the left. So, overall, my recommendation is if you are a Jimmie Johnson fan, like myself, no doubt in my mind, pick it up. If you are kind of a casual fan and you're wondering, should I get it? I don't really have a grudge or anything against Jimmie Johnson, because I know some people do. I say pick it up then too. And especially if you're one of those that likes to collect all of the Darlington throwbacks, then it's a must because, well, if you don't get it, then you're not completing your collection of the Darlington throwbacks. But I have to say, it is a very cool diecast, and there's several different ways to get it now. You can get it in the Action Racing Collectibles version, in the little box. You can get it this way, NASCAR Authentics. I know that they're doing a NASCAR Authentics way that will be exclusive to Meijer stores in this holiday season for Christmas and stuff. I know that they're doing a Cracker Barrel wave that this car will be exclusive to in that. And then there's a 4-pack that you can get at Toys R Us. I think it's out right now with this car, the Dale Earnhardt Jr. throwback, the Chase Elliott throwback, and the Casey Kane throwback, all from 2017, and it'll be exclusively at Toys R Us, and it's a 4-pack. So I know there's many different routes to get this. This may be one of the easier ones just because it's kind of going to be available at Target and Walmart and everywhere. But no matter which way you choose to get it, again, I would recommend to get it. I'm rambling now, as I always seem to do at the end of these videos, but if you've stuck around, thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button, Comment down below if you have anything to ask me or want to comment on the diecast, and like the video. I appreciate all of that very much. Thank you to you all, and I will see you all in the next video.